Hi, hello, my most amazing artist. So last time for day one, we cut our loom. These are our warp strings. We made our loom. So I want you to open it up so then your pencil is on the back side. So it opens up like a book, but it kind of looks like blind. It's all pieces. You know you did it right if it's connected in the middle and you have your pieces. So now this is your loom. These are your warp lines, and now you're gonna weave the paper through it. We're using red and pink. I know my colors are kind of washed out on my screen, just the way the camera is and how light the art room is today. These strips are 12 inches tall, which are the same height or the same height as your paper, and it's about 1.5 inches thick. So it depends on what your preference is. It could be thinner. I wouldn't go past 1 inch. I wouldn't go much thicker than 2 inches, but 1.5 inches is a good size for 12 by 18. If you're doing something smaller, you might want to do a smaller strip. But again, if you need me to leave some strips for you, I'm happy to leave you some supplies at the school. So we wove a couple times in kindergarten. We wove our baskets and we did the marigold flowers, and then we wove a picnic blanket too, but we didn't get a chance to weave in first grade. So this is a little bit of a review and refresher. So the main thing when you're weaving is you have a pattern. It's repeating the same thing over and over, which is a pattern. And so I'm going to use the phrase over, which means on top, and under, which means under. And we're going to put our paper on top or over or under each warp line. It doesn't matter how you start. I like to start in the middle and then slide my stuff to the edge because I find it easier. So I like to start under. I'm going to slide over, pick up the next one to slide it under, and you're picking up and sliding over pretty much every other one. So you can start to see my pattern. And I'm going to keep going until I reach the end. And if your strip is the same height as your paper, you're perfect. You don't have any extra. So it all just lines up. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to comb my loom like you would comb your hair. I'm going to push my strip all the way to one side. Now in class today, your class, or 2A, actually your class is tomorrow. So on Monday, 2A was able to weave the whole thing and cut this in one day. But since I know you're working with a kind of sore hand, I want you to take your time. So I'm breaking this into 3 days for you. If you can get it all done in 2 days, great. If not, take that third day because I don't want you not able to do something. And if you're not able to do this at all without too much help, then let me know and we'll just try something different for the next project. So again, you're checking you have your pattern. Every other color is different. So when we start our next line, let me see if I can zoom out a little. I don't know why, there we go. So I started under the first time, so this time I'm going to do the opposite of that. I'm going to do over, and that's the trick to paper weaving. The opposite of the one next door. So this is under, I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to do my pattern. Over, then under, then over, then under. It's just opposite. So I'm just going to keep going. I like to weave vertical. Some friends in class like to turn it and weave horizontal. There's no wrong way to weave it. But when you comb your loom and you kind of tap your edges, you should see this pattern. You start to get that checkerboard pattern. And then you're just going to comb it nice and tight to the edge and keep weaving. So this one will start the opposite. This is also the same as this one. So you're going to get a pattern on this side too. So we're going to go under, over, under, over, and you're going to keep going. And you're going to keep weaving. So you can fit 10 1.5 inch strips if you comb it nice and tight in a 12 by 18 loom. If you do 9 by 12, I'm not sure how many you can fit. Just do your best. I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me weave the whole 10 strips. That's not super exciting. But I'm just going to keep weaving, and I'll come back and show you how we're going to finish this on day 3, or we'll call it day 2.5 if you're feeling like you can keep going. Like I said in class, today 2A was able to cut and create their loom and weave almost all their pieces. So if you can cut and weave a little bit on day 1 for Tuesday, perfect. You can finish weaving on Wednesday, and then we'll do the next step. So I'm going to keep weaving, and I'll come back on for a day 3 or 2.5 video. Talk to you later.